Hello and welcome to West Pregame. Before we begin with our scheduled program tonight, I just want to say that on behalf of the West Pregame team, our thoughts tonight are with those affected by the bombings at the Boston Marathon. But on tonight's show, we have an exciting lineup for you, and here to start us off is Brian Catton with a recap of this weekend's activities.
So here we go. We can't not start with men's tennis, even though we'll be speaking to Zach O'Brien very shortly, and he'll recount exactly what took place just last evening. But men's tennis with 3 victories, all by 5-4 scores against Trinity, Hamilton, and Tufts, all in NESCAC play, putting themselves in the thick of the tournament. Possibilities for the postseason. Very good performance by men's tennis in getting up to 5-8 overall, but they're 4-4 this spring. I don't know if Zach was going to talk about the other members of the team as much as himself, which is certainly deserved, but we do have to compliment the second doubles team of Jeff Lagun and Michael King, who are 8-0 now this spring as they won 3 times, also winning their singles matches at number 4, Jeff Lagun, and at 3, Sam Radovsky, 3-0 over the week. Very good performance. Men's tennis kind of hitting their stride just as they're getting into the thick of the NESCAC schedule. Women's tennis just one match at Hamilton, winning 7-2. And this is a perfect example of why you can't use doubles to judge what's going to happen in singles. The women dropped 2 out of 3 matches in doubles to Hamilton and then swept the 6 singles matches. On the men's side, they won 3 matches at Hamilton in doubles and managed to win just 2 out of 6 singles, but pulled out the 5-4 victory. So not always a clear-cut picture as to what's going to happen between singles and doubles. Independent animals, different games. But men's and women's tennis doing quite well during the week. We're going to go to baseball right now, a 2-1 week. They got this doubleheader sweep against Bates. It's non-conference, even though they're NESCAC, but Bates is in the east, Wesleyan is in the west. But a great comeback performance, bottom of the 8th inning, bases loaded, down by a run, and Steve Moran, the senior, comes through with a kind of a line drive single into right field to drive in 2 runs. The Cardinals come away with a 5-4 victory as Nick Cooney walked the bases loaded in the bottom or the top of the 9th, but got out of trouble with a line drive double play to Andrew Yin, who extended his hitting streak to 20 games this season right now. Great job by Yin, who's batting .437. So Moran, the hero in that game, and then the Cardinals win 7-2 in the nightcap. They had lost a game at Western Connecticut 11-8, very disappointing. They were up 8-5 in the 8th inning and let it get away. But, again, non-conference. Big games coming up at Middlebury this weekend, so hopefully they can get over the top. They're still 5-1 in conference play. Softball, we're going to mention, just played tonight. A couple of games down at Albertus Magnus, actually at West Haven, winning 10-2, 4-1. Good pitching performances by Laura Getchell and Amanda Russa. So they are 20-6 on the season. 20-6. This is the fastest they've ever gotten to 20 wins in a season. 3rd ever 20-win season for the softball team, which turned varsity, I think, in '87. So they are streaking, getting good performances across the board. Jill Gately, 2 home runs today, a 3-run bomb in the 10-2 win, and a solo shot in the 4-1 victory. They also took a game against Western Connecticut, a team they've had a lot of trouble with over the years. They beat them 7-0 behind Sue Pardo's outstanding pitching performance. So that was good on that side, and split a couple of 1-0 games at Western New England. Pardo again getting the win there, and Laura Getchell getting the loss, but not even giving up an earned run. So the pitching is really coming around for the Cardinals, and that's what's going to carry them through, we hope. 5-1 also in NESCAC play, tied with Middlebury, also 5-1. It's going to be interesting. They've got Amherst in a NESCAC series this weekend. Moving on to, we'll talk a little track and field here. We've got some candidates from women's track to talk to later. We had a school record set in the long jump during a meet at UMass as All-American freshman Alexis Walker surpassed the outdoor record now by about half a foot, going 18.3 3/4. She didn't win. She took 4th, but still a great performance by her, and we're going to see how that plays out. We've got Little Threes coming up this weekend. Should be very interesting. Unfortunately, the winner of the long jump at that particular event was from Amherst. So it'll be interesting to see how the Cardinals will fare against Williams and Amherst at Williams this weekend. On the men's side, just one performer got points for us. That was freshman Paul Volder, Will Sawyer, who got within 2.5 inches of the school record. So he's continuing to stride forward. He had the indoor record. Now we'll see if he can get that outdoor record before the season is over. Men's, women's crew, strong performances up in Malden, Mass. against Tufts, Bates, and for the men, New Hampshire. For the women, Wellesley. Women lost to Wellesley in their first race, then came back to beat Tufts. So they're 10-1, looking good, 6th in the country. Wellesley was 5th, so an understandable 5-second loss there. Men beat Tufts by 5 seconds, then clobbered Bates by 10 seconds. They really got into they kind of took it easy against Tufts and really poured it on because they really wanted to take down Bates, who was a much stronger team, and got the job done really well. They're now 9-2. They're undefeated up north. They're third in New England. Both teams will be going against top-ranked Williams. Williams top-ranked nationally on the women's side, top-ranked in New England on the men's side. It's going to be a real fight. Fortunately, weather may not be as ideal as we'd like it to be Saturday morning down on the Connecticut River, but we're going to be down there and soak in the, hopefully, rays, not the rain. Let's see. We've done tennis. We've done track and field. We've done crew. We've done baseball, softball, men's and women's lacrosse. Men's lacrosse got the win over 2 days against Eastern Connecticut, 13-9. They were lightninged out after basically mostly the first half. They were up 8-4, 13 and a half minutes to go in the third quarter when the lightning and rain struck, and they sat for about an hour, and the officials told them to all go home. So they came back the next day, finished up the game, won it 13-9. Quentin Delafera had 4 goals and an assist, a career-high 5 points for him, kind of leading the attack. Then they go up to Bowdoin in a very pivotal game as far as both NESCAC and postseason national situations are concerned. They came back to tie it up after trailing by 2 goals going into the fourth quarter, got it into overtime, had a couple of shots. Goalie for Bowdoin, who had 14 saves, made the stops. First possession for Bowdoin in the offensive end, and they scored about 2.5 minutes in, got the 6-5 win. Cardinals still 9-3. They pretty much need to win out. They've got a game against Trinity coming up tomorrow. They have Tufts on Saturday. Tufts, very, very difficult team. Trinity should be a W if the Cardinals play up to their potential, and they'll finish with Conn College, who's done well so far, but I think is a beatable team. I think 3 wins will get the team a home NESCAC tournament game, and from there it's onward and upward, we hope. Women's lacrosse also had a 1-1 week, winning a non-conference game at Western Connecticut, high scoring, 17-14. Then played Bowdoin at home, losing 9-4. But over the week, both Kaylin Berger and Kayla Ellman, the seniors, got 6 points and surpassed 100 points for their career, becoming numbers 13 and 14 in women's history to do so, both with 101 points now. So that was a good performance for them against a tough team. Bowdoin is 10th or 9th in the country, and hello, the sun has gone out. But, it's a nice shadow on you there. Hello. But still, women's lacrosse will have its work cut out for it to finish the year. They've got Trinity, number 1 in the country, undefeated, tomorrow evening up at Trinity at 6 o'clock. Then they too will finish with Tufts on Saturday and Conn College. We'll see what they can come up with. They're looking for their first NESCAC win. Golf team also opened its campaign for the spring. They competed in a UMass Dartmouth tournament. This is not going to be Wesleyan's best golf season by any stretch. The top scorer was Tommy Hartnett off the hockey team with a 91. Those are usually our end scores, not our leading scores. We were looking for more Pete Taylors to come back to shoot in the 70s, but nobody has stepped forward yet. So team 19th out of 19 squads. It'll be an interesting. They're going up to Williams, but we'll see what they can do.